Okay, so a while ago I was asked to do a tour of my game room. Put it off for a long time as is always a work in progress, but I thought I would go ahead and do a real quick video. So starting over here, we have the snack station with the mini fridge, just things for game day. Now these are Alpha drawer systems by Container Store. These are the full depth ones, wide. So look good. That one's a shorter one. Put some wheels on it so I can pull the refrigerator out so I can get to that door when I need to. And then over here is the first row of game shelves. This is also the Alpha solid shelf system by Container Store. I picked this because I wanted something that was flat and adjustable. I didn't want any wires where the outriggers sit higher than the support surface. And I was able to build this over 15 years. So I mean, I didn't buy all this at one time. It's been expanded multiple times, and I can reposition the shelves as my game collection grows. Then over here on this back wall, these are Kylex TV stands. I needed something that was short enough to fit under the window. And the Kylex TV stands worked perfectly. And they had the added benefit of being able to support longer boxes. And then I added the extra shelves in there to give more space. Most of these are the kids' games so that they can reach them and get to them and I don't have to worry about them. And then just because they would fit, I had the Kylex cubes on either end, and that was literally just because they fit. And I can store just random stuff in here. And then on this other wall, again, built over many years and from a different house, I had all these cabinet depth Alpha drawer systems. And I brought them over and they just lined them up on this wall, and then over the years I added more shelving above it. So same solid shelf system by Container Store called Alpha. They have a sale every year where it's either 30 to 40% off, and I just kind of expand a little bit every now and then with that sale. Then down here I have these glass cabinets. These are IKEA brim cabinets with glass doors. I got those. They mainly hold my miniature collection for D&D. I like the glass because it makes it easier for me to come and find them, and it keeps them dust free. And then on top I can just put some of the larger stuff to display. I also have miniatures in these drawers, kind of the overflow, and then some Descent First Edition in there, some Imperial Assault minis in there. So the goal is to get this as organized as possible, but problem with drawers is when you have drawers, you have a tendency just to throw things in there to get them out of the way. Up top here, I stored the larger figures. I might have already said that, but worth having. And then down here on the end is the Brim bookcase. So it's the same series as the cabinets. And I got that just because I needed someplace to store all my D&D and RPG books. And of course, more drawers to hide stuff. I used to have the RPG books over here, but then when I got that, I moved them over. My goal is to get over my fear of throwing away boxes and get all this stuff consolidated into some of these drawers down here so I can keep expanding the game board collection. And then the centerpiece of the room is the table. It is 4.5 by 6 feet long, which is way too wide. I built this about 12 years ago as a temporary table solution as I was trying to find the perfect game table. How it is made is a Container Store, who makes Alpha, made desks, which I think they still might, but it basically, you get 4 legs and a top and screw them together. And I bought 4 legs and 3 tops to make a bigger table. They thought I was crazy, but then I told them I was making my own frame. And then this is just a bunch of 2x4s. Built a frame and attached the table legs to it. And I like it because it actually matches, so everything's got a nice white finish. So cheap stuff, but you get enough of it, it all matches, looks pretty good. I also have some game mats by Game Toppers. They're really good, and I'll put them on here. I got one that's 4 by 6 that fits it pretty good with a 3-inch space on either side, the rest of your arms. I might put that on in a minute and put a picture of it up here. The room's going to change pretty soon. I just got a wormwood table after waiting 9 months. It is cherry. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to live with the fact that I have a big piece of cherry in the middle of the room with all white stuff. Hopefully it'll look okay. But like I said, I've been waiting years to get a game table. I was going to get a Geek Chic one. I was about to pull the trigger, and then I realized that they told me that the table would not fit up the stairs in the house I was living in at that time. And then they went out of business shortly after that. And then it's just been a matter of trying to pick the perfect table. And I eventually settled on Wormwood Modular in their last Kickstarter. And that's it. Just a quick pan of the room one more time. Nothing too fancy. Got a closet and a bathroom, so pretty good gaming space. All right. Real quick, here it is with the game table mat on there, which I found to be a really great mat. I was so happy when I saw this at PAX Unplugged years ago.